Since installing these handlebars, I've probably ridden altogether about 100 miles, and I still love them. I mean, the bike feels nimble, if that's such a thing for you know, a heavy bagger. I did go ahead and got rid of the fairing mounted mirrors and got some Harley Davidson profile mirrors. You know, just because the downside to these bars is having those fairing mounted mirrors were kind of like not having any mirrors at all. Just being, you know, I had to take my eyes off the road in order to look at them, and it just didn't feel comfortable doing that. These profile mirrors, you know, they don't look bad. You know, they look pretty good. Obviously they're, you know, they're fairly low to the bars, so, and I've got good vision. You know, I'm able to keep my eyes on the road, look through them through my peripherals. So I definitely dig that. But I know on my first video I sped through a lot of the ride just because of the sound issues, but this is kind of like my road. I like to ride, you know, to get me started on my little mini motorcycle journeys. You know, I'm not saying I like to scrape the old saddlebag, but you know, it's pretty fun leaning into some corners and not dealing with traffic. You know, that's the biggest thing. I just had to stiffen up the old rear suspension a little more. Not the greatest road, but yeah, today we'll go down to, I guess you could say, like a boat ramp for the Cape Fear River. You know, just one of the many boat ramps, you know, to access the river. I just like the ride to it. Like I said, it's one of my, you know, my mini little mini rides that I like to do. You know, 'cause it's far and few between when I can like get out and serious, you know, clock some serious miles. But just being able to get out and go, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, weather-wise, it's supposed to top out at, like, it's supposed to reach the 70s today. Right now it's like low 60s, I believe. I don't know, mid 60s. So, you know, it feels pretty good. Shouldn't really be dealing with too much traffic as it's a Monday. You know, I'm off work. You know, not to sound selfish, but hopefully everybody else is at work. Stops me from having to downshift. Yeah, I probably should have stopped and got some gas, but we'll wing it. Yeah, we get to this four-way up here, then we'll finally take it to the right. You know, get out, you know, do a little bit of riding. This route I'm going now, I like it because the majority of it is back roads heading out. You know, I've got one road that I ride for a little while that's, you know, just like the main road connecting two cities. But other than that, it's back roads. And usually on my return trip, you know, I like to hop on the highway. You know, depending on time, you know. Most of my routes, you know, you gotta plug your nose just a little bit, just because, you know, when you're riding around all these farms and stuff, you know, you get some awesome smells coming up at you. But I wouldn't trade it at all. I mean, I don't know how people just generally feel about air ride on a bike, but having it in the rear, man, like I said, you know, having the ability to adjust it to how I'm riding, or, you know, the kind of roads I'm gonna be on. I mean, I think it's pretty good. Because, I mean, you go with, you know, kind of like a performance suspension that's like always, you know, stiff, or, you know, just tuned up, you know. And it's on a day where, you know, you're like on the highway, you know, just cruising, where, you know, you want a little plushness in it. Yeah, I just don't know how I'd feel about that, you know. Here it's like, boom, make it a little stiffer, knowing, you know, I'm gonna be on some roads that, you know, I can hit some pretty good speeds on. And, you know, it might have been a little while, you know, since they've got some attention, you know, from the state. So it's good to be able to do that. So yeah, definitely don't like red lights. It's not too bad right now, just because it's not actually summer, but, you know, pretty sure, as most have experienced, in the summer, sitting at a red light, you know, on a Harley, whoo, man, that's when the juices get to flowing. Yeah, I kind of call this the boring part of the ride. So this vlogging thing, you know, normally I ride solo just because my schedule is hectic. You know, I'm really like a morning person. I mean, I like to get out and friggin' ride early. Sometimes I have a planned route. Sometimes I'm just, I want to ride this much, you know, mileage wise. So I just really like to get out there on my own and, you know, be one with your own thoughts. You know, vlogging is just kind of the stuff I'm already thinking in my head. You know, I could just say it out loud. You know, not sure if it'll entertain people. It entertains me. You know, kind of gives me something to do, and I can always go back and watch, you know, actually watch the rides to be like, oh yeah, yeah. Oh crap, hold up, sorry for this. Nose was itching. But on to the, or back to the, like, why would you vlog? Ah, crap. Should have known. You know, some vlogs, I guess for me, I tend to watch the vlogs that the person vlogging, you know, has a bike similar to mine, you know, like I don't really watch any sport bike vlogs. I mean, don't ask me why I don't, but, you know, I just don't watch them. But, you know, most of the vlogs, you know, where the person's, you know, on a Harley, you know, particularly like a bagger, you know, I kind of like gravitate towards those. And I don't know why that is. I mean, could it be just being, you know, you have that view of like the bars and the road, and, you know, you're watching it, listening to them, thinking about, man, that's me on my bike, you know, or at least, you know, that's what goes through my head. But either way, you know, usually, you know, when I'm riding, I've got the music like blasting. Can barely hear it just because I got the stock, you know, boom audio, whatever in here, and, you know, it's okay, you know, at a certain speed. Other than that, you know, it's there. But hey, some nice houses out here. A lot of land to go with these houses. But hopefully, you know, as I do this more, which right now, my plan would kind of be to, you know, at least film, you know, once a week. I actually have my daughter teaching me and showing me how to edit videos. And so it's like, you know, ride, edit, you know, post, ride, edit, you know, kind of like that flow, you know, hopefully at least once a week. Until I actually, you know, figure out what the heck it is I'm doing. Yeah. Just, you know, I woke up this morning and I kind of like Googled motovlogging subjects and realized, you know, it's wide open. And, you know, the subjects for me are like automotive based, you know, whether it be motorcycles, trucks, cars. I mean, but if I'm not doing something with the family, then, you know, I'm either, you know, trying to get a ride in, yeah, it's like I'm either trying to get a ride in or tinkering on a car, truck, or motorcycle. So, you know, it's like with the bike, it's either I'm riding it or I'm doing something to it to go ride it. So I mean, those, you know, those are my interests. You know, and just kind of taking you on, you know, just where I live, you know, because I'm not at the point where I'm riding state to state and I can show you all kind of other places. Man, that's a nice one right there. But I sure can't show you, you know, where I'm at. And hopefully, you know, this interests you. You know, just seeing, you know, where people ride. Because, you know, some of the people I watch, you know, they're out in Texas, you know, where you kind of, you know, you have the flat roads, the highways. I mean, you know, California, where, you know, you have the canyons and all that, you know, a whole lot of freeway riding to get there, you know, like where I'm at, you know, with the old trusty GPS. You know, you can just make a couple turns and figure out where you're, you know, how to get to some of these spots. And you discover, you know, there's a lot that's hiding on these back roads, you know. The part of the, I don't know, the part of your area that, you know, when you're driving, you know, you really don't explore unless you're doing some house hunting. You know, you really don't explore to see, you know, what's all back here. But, you know, you get on two wheels, you know, you ride one road once, you're like, all right, let me see what else is out there. You know, you just want to explore. Now we're coming up on the Cape Fear River, you know. Let's see, hopefully all these freaking rocks are washed out. Yeah. But yeah. I definitely like to stop out here sometimes, you know, and just relax, you know. Nice little quiet spot. Yeah, this is the first time I actually saw somebody pulling a boat out.